you want to collect. You want to get games, you want to get memorabilia, you want to get that niche, that nerd niche. I got you, I'm the same way. But you don't got a big job. You're not a retro YouTuber. You're not making a lot of money and can just funnel it. You're not a high schooler that has a job and can just pay for only your hobbies. So these are my 3 tips to gaming on a budget like me. So my first tip for you is local game stores. Hit them up. Most of my collection actually comes from that. I got this Game Boy Advance that actually doesn't have the same theme from there for only $70 from this local game store I got. You may be wondering, why do I have the price tag still on my stuff? That is because I want people to, when they come see my stuff, I want them to know this is not as expensive as one might think. Local game stores are cool for 2 reasons. You get a deal, and you can even have on some of those deals if you're friendly enough. And 2, they support a local business in your area that does games. At a time when we may be losing physical media at major stores forever, this is the time to support places like that. When I mentioned friends earlier, I got friends who game, I got friends who play, I got family who games, I got that. This PS1 up here, it's a fully functional PS1 with all the components, and I got that from my brother. My brother knows I like this stuff, and for my birthday a while ago, bam, I got a PS1 without even looking for it. And for friends, like this Link Amiibo, and the mob and the tiny behind there were from a friend of mine who cut me a deal. 4 of those Amiibos for like $30. My original Game Boy back here was also part of that deal, and I got it for $60. But normally they're a little higher than that, or at least at the time they were. So sometimes you gotta pursue that line. Friends. So to recap, you got the store, and you got friends. And then for the final thing, look online, Whatnot, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Amazon sometimes. I got my Nintendo 64 from Whatnot. The guy cut me a really good deal, and often since they're just collectors like me and you, they will cut a deal with you. So you gotta do the time, do the work, and get there, and you'll get crazy prices. Things aren't expensive as you look. So you just gotta look at price charting, look at websites, really take in what you want to collect, learn that, watch other YouTubers or look into it yourself. But trust me, it's not as expensive as people may think it is. I got a bonus tip that you should know if you're getting into collecting. Price charting. It's a website used for collectors like me and most major collectors. It's a site that will take in actual sold listings of the things you're looking into. Your video games, your game consoles, cards, Pokemon cards, Magic cards even. It does sold listings and tells you what the average price is, if it's going up or down. And that's a really good place for you to learn what the standard prices are. Besides tips, there's one big thing I think you should keep in mind while collecting. Your collection is going to start with like 2 or 3 things, and then it will balloon. So one day it's going to be like this, and then it's going to be like this, and then in 3 years it will be bigger and bigger to a point where you're going to need your own bookshelves, and then eventually at some point you're going to have to make concessions of, do I want it to have its own dedicated space just for games? I'm not at that point yet myself, but I'm almost there. I've got its own dedicated stuff for it. I'll show you guys my collection some other time, but that is all for today.